Gran Turismo 7 just got its new PS5 Pro patch, and this is the first screen as I booted up the game. We've got display settings, so prioritize frame rate or prioritize ray tracing. That seems pretty much the same as it was last time. By the way, we will be checking out the new cars as well on the rig. Just right now, I want to set it up on the actual 4K screen that I have. Let's prioritize ray tracing and resolution. Here we go. HDR off, resolution 4K, graphics priority on PS5 Pro, prioritize ray tracing. We can change this a little bit later. So I made a previous video on this testing it before the update, and it seems like we may possibly lose some settings with this. I could be wrong. We're going to find out. These are the new cars we're going to be checking out, and of course, I really want to start with the Porsche. I know. I'm getting old. So far, it looks like it's going to be fine. Now, one worry I really had with this, and in case you don't know exactly what the update is supposed to add, they're supposed to add ray tracing on track. And we actually got this little video showing us what it's going to look like. And from the eyes of even Digital Foundry, they saw that it actually wasn't running at 4K anymore. It's using PlayStation SSR, PSSR, Spectral, whatever it is, to upscale it from a lower than 4K native, which is what Gran Turismo normally uses. So let's once again quickly jump to the settings. Graphics priority for PlayStation 5 Pro. It literally says that. And we've got the 120 Hz output. Great. We've got 8K support. Now, I do not have an 8K screen. I could probably name, well, I can't name anyone that I know that owns an 8K screen because it's just quite frankly, it's just not a thing. My main partner, Turtle Beach, is having a Black Friday sale, and you can save on some incredible products that I use every single day. Whether you're an open back headset enjoyer, such as myself, you like a little bit of the closed back experience. They've even got a discount on the Velocity 1 Race. That's a Turtle Beach direct drive wheel that I myself use. If you're interested in seeing what the newest deals are, you've got until the 3rd of December. Make sure you check the link down below in the description, and make sure to use my link because that helps me out as well. Oh, you can enable and disable PSSR? That is cool. If disabled is selected, ray tracing will not be used in interior views with ray tracing priority. Oh, that's the only thing we lose? Huh, okay. VR positional reprojection settings for PS5 Pro. I mean, okay, still got 120 Hz output, which is really great. I don't know, I need to check a little bit in the future as to whether we're still getting 120 frames. If I turn that off, does it just put it to 60? Ray tracing will not be enabled for replays when outputting at 120 Hz. What? Why? If you prioritize frame rate, ray tracing is disabled in races and replays, but in certain 3D scenes and photo mode, it remains. Okay, here are my worries a little bit so far. So we can disable PSSR, but it doesn't say what it really does. Because there's a chance that it could drop the output resolution. So there's a difference between output and actual render resolution. The game is going to be rendering at a lower rate if we're using ray tracing. Basically, what I think we needed for explanation is just a ray tracing off. There should just be a resolution mode. Let's find out what it looks like, shall we? Okay, here we are, midnight. The reason I chose, oh no, that's definitely lower. Oh, I can see the like artifacting on the cars. That is a lower resolution. It looks worse. Yeah, that looks worse. However, obviously, the ray tracing is now enabled on track, and as you can see, the lighting on the cars is looking pretty good. But I almost don't know if the sacrifice is kind of worth it. It's not great. It's almost, I understand now maybe why Forza Motorsport looked a little funny. The ray tracing on these consoles and that's available in the games is not that powerful. It's got some weird artifacting that happens, and ultimately it makes the cars look a little bit soft. I apologize for my driving. Again, controller driving on Gran Turismo is just not something I can do. GTR, thankfully, though, all-wheel drive, nice and stable. Okay, let's check out the replay mode. Yeah, the resolution has dropped, my friends. You can kind of tell. Again, maybe less so on my videos because I do tend to just use 1440p. But the cars look flatter. The paint doesn't seem to have the reflections that it used to. It's a hard thing to describe. The reflections are obviously going to be a little bit better. But the artifacting on the cars that you have to... You see that? That was... Okay. Good to know. Now I'm kind of curious. Can I get my 4K back? Because that was a thing I was a little bit worried about, actually. We should also, you know, do a race in the daylight just to make sure. This is something I wanted to do. If we get a chrome car, we can get a proper look. Yeah, yes. I hate chrome, but this is going to show us a lot, isn't it? You can already kind of see, is it? Not really. I guess there's nothing to reflect, to be fair. Yeah, look at the bottom of the splitter and stuff. That is like artifacting to crazy. It is absolute low resolution. So from what I remember Digital Foundry saying, we're looking at 1600p, like 1800p, 1900p, something like that. Not a massive drop because we're looking at what, 2160p for native 4K. All right, we got some reflections. Those are reflecting. You know what? I don't hate the chrome. This chrome actually looks nicer than real chrome. Okay, welcome. Was that jumping? I think that dropped below 60 there for a second. So I'm guessing the resolution is dynamic, which is good news for the future. If you get like a PS7, this is going to be native 4K in the end, right? But it seems a bit jumpy. Okay, yeah. It's looking a little bit funny. The reflections are reflecting. That's for damn sure. However, it does seem like they're quite low resolution, which is, you know, kind of to be expected. Put the traction control way up on this thing. Resolution dropped, but reflections are reflecting. I will say, this seems a little bit higher resolution than the previous one. This is honestly the hardest car I've ever driven. Full traction control. And it still wants to spin out. Anyway, it looks a little bit better track side. Again, the cars have definitely had a significant drop in quality. I really don't know if it's worth it, if I'm honest. Like, I love pretty graphics, right? I'm on prioritized frame rate, prioritized resolution, usually. But I think the artifacting, the weirdness going on with the cars, and especially when you change, like, view, because of the upscaling, it almost has to take a second to really figure out what it wants to run that at. I don't know, it's a little odd. I think it looks cool and it's really nice to have, but I almost think there should be a... because of the settings, it's a little bit confusing. I think I'm actually going to try and bump the resolution back up. So there's a few options we can try. This thing is really... I told you, I'm on full traction! I'm going to try turn off PSSR, see what that does, and then I'm also going to try put on the 120 Hertz mode with PSSR on. There's so many weird combinations, and I really just kind of wish they would have a ray tracing on, medium, or off. So medium would be like replays and menus, and then on track, it's just off. Oh, the replays are looking a little bit nicer. The grill's maybe a little bit nicer. I mean, I hate this chrome, but it's a really good demonstration of reflections, is it not? Oh my god. Oh my god. I apologize. Perfectly, we've got some just matte cars everywhere on this race, which is just what you need. That Ferrari is gloss. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I want to say it's a really cool thing to have in the game because we didn't have that before, but I think I prefer the idea of just pumping up the graphics a little bit and keeping 60. Personally, on Gran Turismo. What the hell is that? Right, PSSR is now off. Something I did notice, this screen's not lagging anymore. Do you remember it was like lagging before? This is running nice. This is good. Now, just to make sure I'm not just focusing nothing on the cars, because that's going to end up happening if I stay on here. I want to buy this, the 911 Turbo S, one of the brand new cars added to the game. Let's check this out. Purchase this. Wait. It needs to be cherry red. No! It needs to be a cherry red 911. Oh. I mean, it's Godara's red. There she is, looking beautiful. Oh. All right, are we so back? Are we so back? I have to do this, but I checked. I didn't change my car. I didn't change my car at all. So what the setting says here is it disables ray tracing on the interior view, which, to be honest, why is it not just done that by default? I can't to be fair, I guess. The reflection of the other cars. I don't personally know if I notice a difference other than, like, the cars are less, like, fluttery. It's not got the weird artifacting, at least to the same level. Here we go, the new Turbo S. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Beautiful. Right, we are looking, I would say, a little bit cleaner of an image. That's for sure. I think it's pretty much maybe put us to 4K and maybe reduced the ray tracing. It doesn't really seem as potent. It might still be there, but I personally can't really tell. There is also the other option that we could do, which is basically forcing 120 hertz, which I don't really need for YouTube because 60, but that would probably fully kill the ray tracing, is what I'm imagining. If this is not a 4K image, because I can't 100% tell. I'm no digital foundry, you know. It is absolutely running a smoother, cleaner image than it did before. That I will say. And I think this might be the mode I check out and stick with, to be honest with you. If there is still ray tracing on track, it is reduced significantly. But hey, there you go. A little experiment to test out the new the new patch. Of course, we'll be doing more testing throughout the video. I just want to make sure, you know, I cover my bases. We do a proper test. You want to see what it's like. I want to see what it's like. This is looking fine. I like this. This is good. I think the game used to drop to 30 on replays and then enable the ray tracing to a higher standard. This now looks like it's running as it should at 60. And all it said it was disabling ray tracing in the interior view. It's a very, very convoluted, confusing way to do this update, I must say, but we're back! We are so back! We're looking sharp and crispy. None of that PSSR rubbish. It seems like all their modes are quite dynamic in terms of settings, is what I would basically say. Okay, one last thing to try before, you know, ultimately I start throwing money at this Porsche. We're gonna go prioritize resolution. I don't really see the point in doing the frame rate one as such. 120 Hz output, that's going to probably increase us to not 120 FPS, because if it's got ray tracing on at least, maybe with PSS, the combinations are so convoluted as you can see, but let's re-enable PSSR, keep 120 Hz output, and keep prioritized resolution and ray tracing. It's doing a little switch to 120 Hz, and we have a softer image, for sure. So maybe it's dropping the render resolution, keeping the output at 4K, to then get the full amount of ray tracing beyond 60, but not to 120. That's when you need to press the prioritize frame rate. Explain these things, please. Maybe they will on a blog article or something, but I'm trying, folks. I'm doing my best with what I can here. You like track the frame rates like Digital Found. How the hell do they do it? I need to do it. We are down. We've got more Jaggies. I can notice that, but it's not that crazy. Cars, flatter paint, which tells me the ray tracing is back in a more aggressive manner. That car is flashing them lights, that's for sure. And out into the daylight, it's definitely still reduced. Oh my god, yeah, this is definitely higher than 60 now. This is stunning. This is beautiful. I can tell. I can very much tell. Give me some reflections, GTR. That black GTR is going to be our... He's doing good. He's doing good. This is looking pretty nice, actually. I'm so confused. An incredibly confusing, convoluted update. I feel like there should just genuinely be a menu saying, what resolution do you want? Native 4K, upsampled 4K. I'm not doing too bad on a controller, considering. I think the main difference is depending on the car. I can drive big, unruly rear-wheel drive cars if I'm on a wheel, but I can't on a controller. Man, I hope this is interesting, because I feel like we're not solidifying information, but we're fact-finding, you know? This, again, is a good mode. So the 120 Hertz is fine. I would say the PSSR, which is also now on, is probably the weakest option. I would turn that off to get a more crisp image, but the 120 Hertz, having that on, seems to do better. What I'm imagining is it's reduced the ray tracing or turned it off to try and get that 120 Hertz, which is why the image is a little bit sharper, but it's still definitely not the native 4K that it is. Again, please note, I'm just doing it by eye. It's very, very much priority that you know that I'm doing this by eye. Anyway, all right, I think I found my settings now. I'm really excited to try it in VR. Improvements to rendering quality in VR. Let me know if you want to see a video on VR. I've not touched it in a while, but I think that'll be properly interesting to know. So I think my preferred options are going to be 120 Hertz off. For now, we've got PSSR disabled. That needs to be the one that's re-explained, I think. And the prioritized ray tracing / resolution. These menus look crispier. The resolution looks crispier here. That's what I'm going with, folks. I think I've sorted it for now. Onto the Porsche, which means onto that. All right, we are back, friends. Welcome to this. No wide body for the Porsche, which is already kind of like a little bit wide. Very nice. Let's look at the custom parts and get this. Oh, is that like Porsche branded? That's really nice. I mean, I don't really know what the point. No, I'm going for Type A. I'm sorry. No sides, no rear, but we do have wing customization. We can go for wingless, wangless, or Type A. Oh, I like the Type A, and the Type B is quite nice as well. I like the ducktail. On the Turbo S, very nice indeed. Now, these things are ridiculously quick. I would absolutely buy a Turbo S if, number one, I had the money. They are the most expensive Porsche. A GT3 is actually more affordable than this thing. Let that be clear, that is new, because on the used market, it's not the same. We do have some racing items like the bonnet pins, we got tow hooks, and we have got roll cages. I'm gonna go for the full cage, because that's kind of spicy. I like the number plate on the front. They look a little bit funny without the front plate sometimes, but we're doing it. Oh, and something really sick that was added to the game is rotiform wheels. These are brand new wheels which have been added to the game, which I'm very, very excited about. They look sick. I am very happy about this. This was definitely one of the highlights to see. We've even got like steelies. That's kind of sick. I wasn't expecting that. We got black versions of them. More. Just lots of wheels. And I'm kind of leaning and going with the white wheels. They look kind of spicy. We can get them to fit a little bit wider. We can go from 20-inch. Wait, 20. Oh, the Porsche's got like a staggered setup. So 20-inch, 21 on the rear. Or we can go 21, 22, 22, 23. That's a little bit too much. I kind of like the standard. Maybe I'm turning into James May, but standard! Of course, because we spent so much time on the PlayStation Pro version, we don't have the high RPM turbochargers. We'll probably have the lower ones, but what I'm going to do is make another video for the other cars because I feel like they need a dedicated bit of time, bit of love, bit of, you know, mwah. Fantastico. Let's go for a nitro system. This car could actually be incredibly quick. We're looking at 600 horsepower already. Do we have upgraded turbos? Yes, we do. 785 horsepower. This is going to be quick. Now, again, I would love to have one of these. The problem I find is the Panamera. I know it's a completely different classic car. I can fit full amount of people. I can tow my other cars. The thing is, it's got a twin turbo V8 and the 0 to 60 is like under 2.5. Like, it's crazy 0 to 60 at the point where you don't need anything that quick. Everyone else is in my way. Everyone is going to the point where I don't know if I would genuinely be able to enjoy this anymore. Up to 60, maybe. Oh my god, we're almost at 1,000 horsepower. We are close to 1,000 horsepower. So I was kind of thinking what I would love to do is to test drive one of these or to rent one from a car service, but it's so expensive to rent something like this. You have to put like crazy deposits in. ECU. Oh, 985. Oh, we're at 1,000 horsepower. Of course we are. So yeah, maybe I'll rent one on a cool weekend in like Miami or something. I think that'll be super fun. So look out for that video at some point because I need to do it. It's like a goal. Cherry Red 911, Rick Ross. Oh. So final 1.2 tons, 1,061 horsepower, all-wheel drive, big turbo. We gon' boosting, baby. I'm just obsessed with the Tokyo Expressway. It's so good. I love the Tokyo Expressway. It's like my second home. Oh yeah, FXXKs and everything in between. Just craziness. We're gonna keep the suspension about as it is. We're just gonna bump it up here. I don't know, what's 400 kilometers? I will learn one day, folks. I promise. We got the nitrous, which I definitely want to whack up. And we got the anti-lag system, which we need to turn on to strong. That's almost 800 pp. That's a lot of pp. I'm checking. 260. That's too. No, it's not enough. Let's get it. Come on, Porsche. Don't let me down. Get it, Beans in. Oh, she's quick. I put my hazards on. It's very quick. It's very quick. Holy crap. It sounds crazy. Oh. No, you're supposed to be all-wheel drive. You're supposed to be stable and beautiful. I know. It sounds like just bees in the bonnet. It's just bees. Very angry bees. There you go. Put that up a little bit. Okay, let's get on with it then, folks. This thing is gonna be rapido. I cannot wait to get back to that straight of the long run through the tunnel. She feels great. That's the one thing, obviously, my car will never match is the feel. It feels really good, and like it doesn't feel like it weighs 2 tons when you start putting your foot down and you're on some bendy roads and things like that. But again, you do eventually realize you can't beat physics. 2 tons is a lot. It's a lot. Whoa, Ferrari. What the frick are you doing, buddy? Okay, it's not just me that messes up. The AI is pretty terrible as well. Look at all the yellow cars. Oh, that's sick. That's sick. Okay, if you could just, thank you very much, budge out the way. I have some NOS to use. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, if we can break the yeah, we broke 250. Whoa! Whoa! Feels like I need to dial in the the balance of this car a little bit more. This part is probably my favorite section of the track. It's just so nice. Oh, I love this car. I really do. I feel like there's just nothing better. You know, back in the day, people were like, oh, GDR, 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 but this is the sensible choice. This is if you actually want to, you know, put your foot down and have a little bit of fun. I feel like there's nothing better. That's it. We're going to test the top speed, so we're absolutely going to do that. We're going to go Tokyo Express. No, we're already on the Tokyo Expressway. We're going to go to Special Stage X or whatever the hell it is. Oh, the flames! Just what a mental machine. It makes so much noise. I wasn't expecting it to. They're usually pretty damn quiet cars. I'll be saving that one, thank you very much. I can't remember exactly where we got the wheelie, but I'm sure it was around here, right? I was just absolutely pummeling. Here we go. Yes! What a display of power and performance. What a machine! Okay, welcome to just the straight road. This time I've actually just put one other driver on because I don't want them to get in my damn way. Oh, and they start behind me. That is fan-bloody-tastic. As per usual, you will get faster if you don't have a wing, but ultimately, I mean, we need a little one, right? Clearly, because the car almost flew a second ago. Maybe at the front, but let's get it. Let's get this boosting. Let's get it pulling. 250 miles an hour. Is that possible without NOS? No, we're kind of stuck around 245. I mean, I boosted it up there, but it is dropping. It is dropping. If I drop the gear, terrible idea. Oh, the little clock, exactly the same as mine. The doors look a little bit less quality than the Panamera. That might be my confirmation bias and all that. But anyway, let's boost on it. Oh yeah. 250, 260. She's slowing, 270. Yes. 273, 4. One more, come on. Yes, rounded it off for us. 275 miles an hour. That's pretty quick. That is pretty quick. I think we're going to end it off at 277. We're not going to get any more from it. Oh, she's dropping. The NOS is gone. Not bad. And it's really stable. The wheel's not just randomly starting to sway as I'm accelerating and decelerating. It's a 911, my friends. It's kind of what she does. Where is the other car? It's just... Oh, I see you all the way over there. You coming? 50 years later. Oh, he slowed down for some reason. Right, anyway, Gran Turismo. I'll be back again, and we will check out the rest of the cars, because there are some incredible ones. And PS4, PSSR, PS5 Pro update. Fine. I think it's fine. It's better than I expected because I was a little bit worried they would make it so that I couldn't just do native 4K and no ray tracing or you know what I mean. I think we've got a good update. Options are nice, you know, like this video. All right. Yep.